In the great echo chamber that is cable television, raw opinion can really move that ratings needle. That's part of the formula at Fox News, which attracts lots of viewers who root for Bill O'Reilly and Sean Hannity. But what happens when a news network is virtually taken over by anchors and commentators on the liberal side of the spectrum who don't always work and play well with those who disagree? Well, we found out these last 2 weeks at MSNBC.
Still ahead from the convention
Keith Olbermann is the cable channel's biggest star, and he's become a full-throated liberal crusader who regularly bashes President Bush and John McCain. He got into it at the Democratic convention with one of MSNBC's few conservative voices, former Republican Congressman Joe Scarborough, who tried to argue that McCain was becoming more competitive with Barack Obama.
Forward with one message, and there are plenty of problems with that message: a shovel.
I mean, seriously, Joe, the man just lost. I did. The man just lost 7 points in the likely voter poll.
Get a shovel, Keith. My God.
Well, are we done?
Well, hey, if you want to be done,
let me thank you very much.
Would you like me to get another shovel?
Sounds like they wanted to hit each other with a shovel. Scarborough also clashed with correspondent David Schuster, who argued that the McCain campaign was denigrating critics pushing for an American withdrawal from Iraq. Scarborough dripped with contempt when Schuster dared call him a Republican.
Because you said you're okay. Well, let's
the party that you serve with in Congress.
What about your
party? Who have repeatedly suggested.
What's your party? Oh, David Schuster, hold on a second.
Look, I'm making the point.
David, what's your party? I bet everybody to MSNBC has independent on their voting cards. Oh, we're down the middle now. Go ahead, David. No, David, go ahead. I am about as down the middle as anybody on television, on any network.
And Joe,
you
why don't you call up the McCain campaign on that?
Calling up your party.
Scarborough later apologized. Republican strategist Mike Murphy, an NBC contributor, had a tough time getting on in primetime. And when he did, Olbermann was overheard asking that Murphy be hustled off the stage.
I really believe, Mike, let me get back to the question.
Let's wrap him up.
I want to ask this question, Mike.
All this has greatly embarrassed some of the stalwarts at NBC News, the home of Brian Williams, Tom Brokaw, Andrea Mitchell, Chuck Todd, and David Gregory.
Is there no control? Is it Lord of the Flies? Does anyone have the conch? Can anyone be the leader over there? Could you go in there? Or is it all just piggy? What's going on?
We're doing this, aren't we?
Can you gain control over these people?
John, I think every family has a dynamic is this working? Has a dynamic all its own, and sometimes it takes a figure to come in.
But does MSNBC have to be the low hands, I guess is what I'm saying.
Brokaw has finally gone public with his criticism, saying that at times, Olbermann and Chris Matthews have gone too far. The upside, MSNBC can be rather entertaining to watch. You never know when these guys are going to get into a fight. The downside is a growing reputation as a liberal bastion that doesn't particularly welcome other viewpoints. Well, that's it for this edition of Reliable Sources. I'm Howard Kurtz. Join us again next Sunday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern, for another critical look at the media.
I'm Wolf Blitzer. Every weekday, I wrap up the stories rocking the political world in our new video podcast.